Well, we're here with Brayden Salmon of Youth Unlimited. Brayden, you're just schooling us today in what it is like for young adults in this generation living in a materialistic world. So we've touched on this a little bit, but how can parents, grandparents, pastors, even employers and everyday people respond to this challenge of materialism and consumerism?
Absolutely. It's really being open about how to save, how to be a good steward of your money. We see that in the Bible, it says, where our treasure is, our heart will be there too. And so I think for grandparents, pastors, for parents, it's really modeling that lifestyle for them. I think it's really good to instill in youth a sense of service and getting their mind off of materialism. When we give back, there's that same gratification that we get from buying something, that same exhilaration that says, I helped someone today. And that's a good thing. So I think in our parents, we really need to be saying there's more to life than just buying and consuming.
That is so good. Let me ask you, did you have any good examples in your life that have helped you?
Yeah, I think my parents used to sit around, like we'd have like a little powwow meeting, family meeting, and we would say, we're going to give away something this month, and we're going to think about what it is and the value it has to us. And then we're going to come and we're going to explain that as a group, and we're going to donate that item. And I think doing that really showed that there's more to life. And I can also think about the people I'm helping as I donate that item away. And I think of the life it can have to really bless someone else. So as a little kid, you get that experience. And then we used to go downtown and they would show us like homeless people in the community and how they live. And I think that really gave me a heart and a mission for the communities that we can serve and help.
Wow, you have good parents, and that's really great advice. If you're watching right now and you've got a family, why don't you circle up and do what Brayden's parents did? And obviously, that will help shape your kids' view of stuff. Let me ask you this, Brayden: what's one thing youth or young adults can practically do to counteract the pressure to click buy? Buy more stuff.
Absolutely. So one thing I do is I really invite God into my space. As I see that ad, as I click that link, as I go to the website to fill out the form that I want to participate or purchase this item, I ask God, do I need it? And I really ask him to show me, is this going to be good or is it going to be bad? I also think youth need to practice spiritual practices. As you give your time to the Lord, it helps you really see like what you need in this life. And so practicing gratitude, waking up in the morning and making a list of all the things God has provided shifts that focus. And even in that moment when you're trying to click it, like, do I already have this? Like, Lord, I don't need another t-shirt because I have 5 in the closet. And it's really like walking through that. And even when you're online, like in store shopping, you can place that item in your cart. You can have the adrenaline rush that you have when you pick that item up. But then you can walk around the store and you can say, do I need this? Is this going to make me better? Or am I just buying it because it's on sale?
Right. Well, for me, I tell you, hit a button right there. On sale is my biggest temptation. So,
Absolutely.
right. And you know what what I love hearing you say is that the dopamine rush, right? That feel
Hmm.
good feeling happens to us the same way of purchasing something happens when we give something away. That's very powerful,
Absolutely.
Brayden. Where do you see that happening in young adults today? Do you see young adults being more of giving and needing less? Like, do you see more of this happening?
I definitely see one of my youth, they shared that they didn't realize they could worship God by serving others. And I think that is something the church really needs to emphasize, that as we serve others, we're worshiping God. We're giving him our time. To the least of these, you've
Yeah.
done for me. And I think just seeing that shift in like my youth and seeing their heart to want to give back, I think also the area that we serve in, right? Like you see that they want to care for their brothers or sisters or people on the street. But it really is that heart shift that we want to see in young people.
That's so good. And in older people, I must say. Brayden, how has your faith helped you navigate this consumerist world?
Mm. I think seeing God as my provider and everything I have is his. And I think that helps me give back. That helps me cherish what I do have, but not over consume. And I think as we start to get that way, we ask God to invite us into what he's doing more. And so when I wake up in the morning, I say, God, I'm available to you today. what do you want me to do? And that helps me to refocus that my treasure is in heaven and that it's His will. And Lord, I want to be a good steward, but I also want to be your mouthpiece and I want to serve people. And I want to be more than just what I have, the things I am. And I want to find my identity in you. And I think as you find your identity in Christ, or you realize where maybe your identity isn't in Christ, that's where God enters in and He challenges us. And He asks us to give up things and He asks us to put away those bad habits we have. It's not easy. I mean, I used to be a real shopaholic. And it's taken, through COVID and getting out of that to really come to terms with myself that I don't need these things. And I think it shifted my focus that, God, I want to do things for you. And I think going to bed at night and knowing God is with you is just such the blessing.
That is it. When we know God meets all of our needs, we don't look to other things, stuff or people or all the business of life to fill that need. Brayden, thank you so
Mm-hmm.
much. Thank you for your example. Thank you for what you're doing to help youth with Youth Unlimited. If you want to know more about Brayden and Youth Unlimited, go to 700club.ca and you'll find all the links there. But thank you very much. This is good learning for all of us at any stage.
Absolutely. Thank you.